Dorothy was a pioneer and was a voice for the deaf community, both in the UK and in America.
Dorothy was very ambitious. She had to aim high for everything. Dorothy was born hearing, grew up hearing school, talking. So English was her first language. I knew Dorothy's mother and father well, lovely people. The whole family was very close. They all loved drama.
Dorothy announced when she was 7 years old that she wanted to be an actress, and her mother was particularly delighted because she herself had wanted to be an actress.
Voices. I remember my father singing soldier songs, my mother reading narrative poems, my eldest sister crooning lullabies at my bedside or reading aloud poems she wrote herself. Music everywhere, blaring from the radio, the loudspeaker at the park, the orchestra pit, the Pavilion Theatre. Theatre. Song, dance, drama. A world of make-believe and madness to which I lost my heart to, forever.
One night when the family were having dinner, there was a terrible scream from upstairs where Dorothy was in bed. When her parents went up to see what the problem was, she was convulsing.
James, call the doctor!
And it was later confirmed that she contracted meningitis. She was left deaf by the illness.
I still can't hear anything. But why? My legs. I can't feel my legs.
The family was devastated through Dorothy becoming deaf. She was sent to the deaf school in Manchester, which was fairly close to home, not too far from North Wales. The family wanted her close by, but the authorities wouldn't allow it because there was no such thing as inclusion in those days as there is now. It did have a huge impact on the family, but she had to go away.
When I got better, I had to learn how to walk again. I cried and hated leaving home to go to deaf schools. where I was known as the number 152, and not my name, Dorothy. I missed my family so much. And I know my mum wanted me to do well, but sometimes I felt like she didn't want me anymore. Made loads of friends at school, learned sign language from them, the Manchester version.
While we were coursing, that time coursing, for 2 or 3 years. A lovely relationship really, because we were the same. Our life experiences growing up, music, that sort of thing. Both of us became fluent in sign language, but she always kept her hearing identity. Most evenings, after work, I would cycle over to her. Wrote poetry to each other. She loved Shakespeare, so did I, so I would bits of my favourite, but she would bits of hers. Her favourite was Romeo and Juliet, of course. Dorothy was in her 20s when mother, father both died. She was very close, so obviously difficult to cope.
At the age of 26, Dorothy was granted a sponsorship to Gallaudet College in America.
She was very ambitious, and I think in England at that time there was nothing for deaf people to aim for.
Dorothy met and married Robert Jesse Miles in America at Gallaudet. The marriage didn't last very long. Knowing Dorothy, probably fell passionately in love, and it was over as quickly as it began. But Dorothy retained the surname Miles. Her time in America is really what was the making of her.
Sunlight and snow and the woods and you. That was a delight. Golden shaft through the naked trees, piercing the white
Early in 1964, Dorothy discovered she was pregnant, and so she decided to go to New Zealand to stay with my Auntie Wendy, at least for the duration of the pregnancy. When she went into labour, she was admitted to hospital, but there were complications in the later stages of labour. The doctors decided that they had to deliver the baby by forceps, and sadly, the baby sustained a very serious head injury, and baby Jeremy died at 4 days old from a brain hemorrhage. And if you can imagine her in the labour room, realising from the expressions on the doctors' faces that something was seriously wrong, trying furiously to lip read what they were saying and not really getting anything from them. After the death of Jeremy, I believe that she then decided that she was going to pursue her career, and that the opportunity to meet someone or have a child again was not really on her agenda.
Because I'd always been unfair to him all my life, I decided I was going to join the National Theatre of the Deaf, and found you there, and I did.
Never written poetry like this before. I've stopped worrying about meter and rhyme and other rules. This is my first real, honest to goodness poetry. It's all so exciting for me.
In 1971, we went to Paris to see one of the performances, the American Theatre of the Deaf. The performance was absolutely astounding, and just the professionalism. And I just remember how proud she was to introduce her family to her friends in the theatre company.
She felt she wasn't as good as she thought she was. She felt she was good actress, but when she was involved with them, she felt they were much higher than her. So she got frustrated. She wanted to reach their level. And when she couldn't achieve something she wanted, she would get depressed. Because of all of this and the pressure she put on herself, eventually she had a breakdown in America.
Her siblings witnessed her change in mood. From a distance, she would have had family support. They had to agree that she would have to spend time in psychiatric hospital.
In 1974, after I had some spare years, I began experimenting again with the idea of combining sign language with English and poetry. Refrain, repress my disagreements, but argue every point to answering, then smile.
She was living in London, and I used to stay over at her flat, and we used to go to Camden Market, and we used to go and eat out quite often, and we just used to talk about her life. We became a lot closer.
when she came back, she didn't seem to have the same confidence that she had before. And she joined drama group with us. First performance we put on was pantomime, Cinderella. And asked me to direct it. And I knew Dorothy would like to have done it too. She was part of our group. So I asked her, why not co-direct? And then sent me a card afterwards, a nice card. And the last bit she said something like, thank you for your help. It's given me the courage to create for myself now. When she sent me that card, I felt happy that it helped her to achieve something, given her confidence back. After all the time, Dorothy became more changeable. Now we know it was bipolar. I know Dorothy hated having to take pills. She had to keep her behavior under control. She had her own regular doctor. One particular time, she went as usual, but the doctor wasn't there. And we had a locum temporary. And talking to the doctor, didn't know much about her really. And she saw the opportunity to change. Fear, she said something, I'm feeling much better now. I think I'll stop the medicine. And the doctor didn't really know what to do. So I thought, okay, stop the medicine for a while, see how it gets on. And that was the last period of our life. After that, very quickly, Minnie called me one night, about 11 o'clock at night. She said that she felt very depressed. So very strange, one of our low points. So I tried to cheer her up. So that was it. The next I heard, she's dead. I don't really believe that. Probably because I don't want to believe it.
I think it was probably not an accident. I believe it was the illness, really, that it wasn't a rational, conscious decision.
Here are my wings, and there, at the edge of nothing, wait the winds to bear my weight. My wings are huge and strong, built with my life in mind.
I have made other wings before. Test tried. More broken. Cast aside. I saw. I built again. here I stand.
She would be absolutely delighted and thrilled that, you know, people remember her mainly for her work and her life and what she contributed. She wouldn't want us to dwell on the end of her life. She would not want that at all.
How Dorothy would like to be remembered is her contribution to the development of PSL. Also, of course, her signed poetry. A lot of deaf people love that.